Welcome back to Double Dell. I got that from page 68. Nope, wrong page. There we go. Alright, so let's get to it. It's been 2 days and still no word on my balloon. I'm starting to get a little worried because the contest ends Monday, and if nobody gets their balloon back, I'm sure Vice Principal Roy is gonna keep the candy all for himself. Lately, I've been having trouble staying focused at school, but luckily my homework hasn't been that hard. Our reading assignment was to write a biography on a famous author, so I chose the Spine Tickler's guy. But it turns out there's barely any information on him. And in fact, the only thing I could find was a little blurb in the back of his books. Pretty much like barely information at all, guys. The good news is that since I wasn't really able to find anything on I Am Spooky, I was finished with my entire author's bio in about 2 minutes. Our name, I Am Spooky, birthday, nope. Birthday unknown, everything is unknown except for his author name. With a name like I Am Spooky, I guess you have no choice but to write scary books for a living. I kind of wish that I never started reading Spine Tickler's books, though. Because once you start reading them, it is hard to stop. And once they're starting to affect my everyday life. Boo! Going to the dentist was never much fun to begin with, but after I read Spine Tickler's number 67, it got even worse. Spine Tickler's My Dentist is the Devil. That's in the book. I checked out Spine Tickler's book from the library. I even borrowed a few of Spine Tickler's junior books from Raleigh so I could keep on going. And just like that, I predicted that the books are starting to give me nightmares. Spine Tickler is number 71. It's a kid who grows lizard tails and tries to hide it from his family and teachers. The end of the book. Spine Tickler's number 71. Tails he lose. That one really stressed me out, but the night I read it, I had a dream that was the one with the tail. Actually, my dream was really good, because there are a bunch of fun things you could do with a tail that you wouldn't even think of. Dreams are weird. In my dream, I wasn't ashamed of my tail. I was proud of it. I used it to do its full advantage. Dribble, dribble. The only thing I didn't like about it was when I got excited about something. Everyone could tell. Do you think that girl is cute? No, not really. Wag, wag. Then all of a sudden, my tail became a problem. People got jealous, and the next thing I knew, I was being hunted like I was some kind of monster. Where'd he go? I ran for my life and escaped through a window, and the townspeople chased me down the street through the shopping mall. I almost got away, but then my tail got stuck in an escalator. I swear, I could actually feel it happen, and it woke me up. Ah! Scream! In fact, the dream was so realistic, I turned up on the light to see if I actually did have a tail. And I have to say, I was a little disappointed when I realized there was nothing there. That's not the only bad dream I've had because of those books, though. Another night, I had a dream I was captured by zombie pirates and made me walk the plank. For some reason, I kept repeating this stupid rhyme. Step, step, no, no, no. Plop, plop, plop. In I go. Unfortunately, I was saying it for real. So So now Roderick has a video of me talking in my sleep. Step, step, no, 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 plop, 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 in I go. Sometimes my dreams are so ridiculous, I actually know that I'm having a nightmare. And when that happens, I try to snap out of it. Wake up, dummy! Other times, I think I'm not having a nightmare, but I think I'm having a nightmare, but I'm actually not. And then when I try to wake myself up, I realize I'm not asleep. Mom has this book that explains how to make sense of dreams, and it's actually pretty interesting. Basically, everything that happens in your dreams has some sort of deeper meaning. Falling. A dream about falling means that fear of losing control of your life. It also means you're afraid you don't get enough time to get everything done. Apparently, one about the tail means I'm ashamed of something in the past. And the dream about pirates means I'm stressed out about not being a good enough friend. The other night, I had a dream that all my teeth were loose, and apparently that one's about a fear of getting older, which kind of makes sense. But it's gonna take me forever to decode the dream I had last night, because that one was just next one completely bonkers. Mustard on my turnips, please. It turns out picking the Spectacular's author for my reading assignment was a bad call. Almost all the kids in my class did the author biographs on I Am Spooky, and nobody could find any information on that guy. I think our teacher, Mrs. Mott, thought we were trying to be funny, so all she said that we all had to stay for recess every day until we redid our assignment. I think part of why Mrs. Mott was so mad that she's getting sick of everyone doing their book reports on the Spy Tickler series. Last week, at least 5 kids picked the exact same book for their assignment, and it was just about push Mrs. Mott over the edge. Spectaculars. My teacher's a cannibal. But the last straw was when Amanda Pickler did a book talk on, hey, we have book talks at school as well, on the brain with a mind of its own. Amanda brought a fake brain made out of Jello, and she lost grip it and dropped on the floor, and which made 2 kids pass out. Oops. Splop. A bunch of parents aren't happy about the Spine Tickler's books either. I heard that Danny McGlurk's dad, went to last week's PTA meeting and said that he wanted the books banned because they promote witchcraft. Apparently, Mr. McGlurk caught Danny dabbling in the Dark Ages in his garage, and Mr. McGlurk blamed it on Spine Tickler's books. Actually, the way I heard it, Dan was just practicing magic tricks for the fall talent show. Aha! I seriously hope the Spine Tickler's books don't get banned, because they're the only thing that keep my reading grade up. We're required to read 15 books by the end of the year, and all of mine were from that series. The way you prove I finished a reading book is by taking multiple choice tests on the computer. I've gotten 100% on every single test. I got 100% on every single test I've taken so far, which I guess proves I'm really paying attention when I read the books. Who did the chattering chompers eat? Mother, father, baby, Alice, all the above. He picked all the above. When I got home, I told Mom how Mrs. Mott was making us redo our biographies, and I didn't know what to do. But Mom told me the reason I couldn't find any information on I Am Spooky is because he's not an actual person. I told Mom that that's ridiculous because that guy's written almost 200 books. But Mom said sometimes publishers create a fictional author and hire a bunch of people to write books under their name. I gotta say, if that's true, I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of cheated. But I feel even worse for Rowley because he wasted his time writing I Am Spooky a letter. Dear Mr. Spooky, first of all, let me just say I'm a huge fan. But the reason I'm writing is to complain that the book Scaredy Cat and The Haunted House was way too scary. That's the letter. There you go. Mom was trying to help me find a different author who's actually a human being when there was a knock on the door. I answered it, and there was a lady and some kid I'd never seen before. I was pretty spooked when she asked if I was Greg Heffley. And that's when I saw the deflated balloon in kid's hand. And I put two and two together. At first I was kind of excited because someone actually found my balloon. That meant I was going to get a giant jar of candy corn. Hooray! But then I remembered that I wrote the letter and I wish I could take some of it back. And finally, if you find this balloon and return it without delay, I can promise you a large cash reward. I've written Uncle and I'm sure he'd be happy to hook you up. Sincerely, Greg Heffley. I didn't want these people thinking I was some weird kid who makes friends by sending out letters and attaching me in balloons. But I guess it didn't really matter. I figured I could just take my balloon back and send it on their way. Before I knew it, though, Mom was at the front of the door and she found them inside. 30 seconds later, we had two total strangers sitting at our kitchen table. The lady introduced herself as Mrs. Selsam, and her son, his name was Maddox. They live in the next town over. Apparently, the kid Maddox was practicing violin when he saw the balloon dangling outside from a tree branch. Alright, so in the next video I'll be reading on page 86. I won't spoil it for you now. So, thanks for watching this Diary of the Kid reading book video here. This is going to be the end of it. I'm going to upload another one very soon. Please subscribe if you're new to my channel. And also, leave a big, fat, juicy like if you enjoyed this video. See you all later. Bye.